Well, hey, we got some listeners. Welcome, everybody. Dom and Jake, we're talking Star Wars. We're talking about a bunch of movies. We're talking Star Wars, Marvel, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Send in your thoughts, questions, whatever. Join the conversation. We're going to break it all down. There's been a lot of awesome movie and TV show news. But Jake, what do you want to start with?
Let's start with the best, which is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Now, I was pretty excited when it was announced that there'd be a live-action Netflix adaptation, but then a couple months ago, the co-creators of the show backed out of that because Netflix wanted to do their own thing, basically.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then I was like, oh man, this is gonna be trash. This is gonna be, what like a lot of cartoon adaptations are, which is usually pretty lame. But this is great. I mean, I would like to see live action eventually. I think it would be cool. But if it's going to be animated, which it will, it's like you can't really go wrong with that. I mean, as long as the creators are on board, it's going to be the same animation. I mean, I don't see, what could go wrong. Really, I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Dave Filoni is going to be working on it. Did they say?
I don't know. I all I saw was that the co-creators are in for sure. So, hey, at least we have
Because
that.
I know he did some of Last Airbender.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, Nickelodeon's all on board. It looked like they were getting a movie release this year, along with more TV shows, if I read it correctly.
Yeah, that's what I saw too, and that'll be awesome. You have any like speculation or wishes, hopes for what you might want to see?
Well, there was the comics that came out later and that kind of continued on with the story. I have not read them personally. I've heard some mixed things on them. So yeah,
Okay.
just whether it goes along with that or if it's going to be kind of a whole new story. And it really just said like the shows were going to be part of like the Avatar universe. So that's kind of interesting. So it's not necessarily going to be Aang or whatever, or even Korra. So it could be something totally new. I don't think it would be future. I don't think they go past Avatar Korra. But I guess, I mean, I know Avatar Kyoshi's a huge fan of a lot, so maybe we could do a show on her. It might be a show about a lot of the Airbenders, maybe not just like a whole series devoted to one. But I think anything like that cool. I mean, just the more content, the better would be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Do you know like if the comics touched on Zuko's mother and that storyline? Because I know we kind of not gonna give away major spoilers, but yeah.
There was a storyline where they actually released his sister Azula from jail so that she could go with them to help find their mother. I believe he does find her.
Oh, okay. And Azula kind of had like a change of heart.
I don't know if it's
Possibly.
change of heart as much as she had information that they needed, but but she was out of jail for a period of time. I don't know if she went back or what. But no,
That's
she's
interesting.
crazy. She needs locked up. I mean,
yeah,
she
definitely needs some time.
Psychiatric help at the end of that.
Yeah, she needs to sit with it for a little while.
Right.
Let's hear our first message.
Fern Gully, Pocahontas, Avatar, same movie, plot, discuss.
Did he say Avatar is the same movie as Pocahontas? Is that what
possibly? But he's referring to the other Avatar.
Oh, okay, right. That makes a lot more sense. Yes,
Maybe I should edit that in the thing. Yeah, no, he meant the other Avatar, and that is true.
I guess I can see it. I honestly haven't seen Pocahontas in many years.
But yeah, for our awesome listeners out there, for the awesome listeners we have right now, we are first starting with Avatar: The Last Airbender. My apologies, should have specified Last Airbender, but yeah. Again, just
You
have
just
some
put
awesome.
the real Avatar, right?
Yeah. Not the James Cameron one. Although I did like that movie too, but
It's good.
no, Last Airbender, it's something else. And if you guys haven't seen it, you can totally check it out on Netflix right now.
Yeah,
but yeah, I know
wonder,
I would.
I'm hoping that the new stuff comes to Netflix. That would be nice. Yeah, I assume it's airing on Nickelodeon, or it looked like some sort of Nickelodeon streaming service that I'm not aware of. I don't know. It seems
Why
like
do I feel
everything
like
has a streaming service at this point, but I don't know.
I feel like Nickelodeon was going to Disney, but I guess I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it's I think it's
thought
on
they were
Hulu
Paramount.
actually. No, I think Nickelodeon is going to Hulu.
I could have sworn it was part of Paramount because have you seen that trailer for Paramount Plus? There's like Dora the Explorer in it and crap. Like, I don't know, maybe Nickelodeon's. I always thought Nickelodeon is a subsidiary of Paramount Pictures, I believe. So who knows?
Yeah, that's
maybe
possible.
It's Paramount Plus, but I don't know. I'll find somewhere to watch it some way because it's too good to pass up.
Curious to know your favorite character.
My favorite character from Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yes.
That's a tough one. Man, there actually is a lot of good characters, but I think I'm gonna have to go with Ira.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, he definitely gives a lot of like the comic relief, but also he's pretty awesome, and he'll tear it up when he needs to.
Oh, for sure, man. Dragon of the West. He's legit.
Yeah, that's what's cool about him. What his character too is like your perception of him like definitely changes once you like learn more and more about who he really was, who he really is.
Yeah, definitely. That's a pretty cool story there, and especially everything with his son that happened and stuff. Yeah, it gives him a lot of character development and really the deeper aspects of the show, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, shoot, man, the train's coming by. I was gonna say Toph is my favorite character, and then Zuko. But yeah, would love to see more from them.
No, for sure. Yeah. Zuko was so freaking good at the end there. Yeah, he definitely brings it back around.
I need to see more of the lightning, whatever they call it. Channeling redirecting the lightning. I need to see more of that. Some of the coolest stuff.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of cool powers. So, did you ever watch Legend of Korra?
Yes, we still need to finish that. Both me and my wife love Last Airbender. We still need to finish Korra. I think we're fairly close to the end, but I don't know. Some of the episodes definitely weren't as good and don't hold your interest as much as Last Airbender, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but I'm still gonna stick with it though, because I'm curious to know the end. Like, I know a little bit about the ending, but not fully. So no spoilers there, people. But yeah, I want to see it.
If you're really into Avatar, it's worth checking out. But yeah, it's not as good.
I did really like, the introduction into like the like those arena battles that they were having.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, their whole, I forget what the
that
game
was sick.
They call it. No, definitely. Well, I did like that aspect a lot.
Yeah, totally. We got some messages. Let's check it out.
Which Avatar, the Smurfs or the Last Airbender?
Definitely not the Smurfs.
Yes.
I
The Last Airbender.
want to fix that. I'll see if I can. It might be a little difficult to do it while we're going live. I might just switch it over to Last Airbender.
Yeah, we'll
in
figure that out.
edit.
But is there anything else you had to say about it, or?
No, not a whole lot more. Well, let's get this other question or thought.
When I said Smurfs, I mean the blue people, basically, where a human being actually went into someone else's or something else's body.
That is a great description of the movie. That's basically exactly what happened. Yes.
Yeah. No, but yeah, we're talking Last Airbender right now. We're about to move on to some other movies and shows like Star Wars and Marvel, but yeah, overall I think we're both pretty excited for, what's in store for us. And yeah, hopefully that'll come to one of the streaming services. Again,
For
I think
sure.
I think it was Hulu that I saw some Nickelodeon shows on there recently.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, if it's not like a Paramount Plus original, it can go to different streaming platforms. So it could be a whole bunch.
Oh, okay.
So I guess we'll just see.
Yeah, but that's going to be awesome.
For sure.
I kept thinking, I was trying to remember the name. There's like a fighting technique in Last Airbender, and then no, it's not a technique. It's Agni Kai. That's what it's called. When you do like 1v1 battles, and I thought that was cool. I just want to mention that real quick. A cool little thing that carried on to Legend of Korra, where then that gang was called Agni Kai.
Yeah. There were some references I really liked. Yeah, I just wish there was more of the past really talked about. I mean, they didn't talk about how Aang died, how Sokka died. I'd like to know a lot more. They didn't get into who Toph was with at one point in time. I mean, there's a lot of things. And you never once saw Suki at all, which I thought she was actually a really good character towards the end of The Last Airbender. So things like that, I'd like more of an explanation on. That's all.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, looking forward to it, and we can move on to something else. Oh, I think I lost you there for a second. Can you still hear me?
What was that?
Oh, I lost you there for a second. You can hear me though?
So too. Yeah, I can hear you now. I don't know what was up with that, but I'm back. We're good.
All right.
What are we talking about now?
What are you feeling like?
What's the Star Wars? I don't even know what we're talking about with the Star Wars stuff.
Oh, okay. Sometimes that's a good thing. we got a lot. We got a lot in the realm of Star Wars. Let's hit this message real quick. It's probably going to be another one. Is it Smurfs or is it whatever?
all the movies that's in the title are the best. But one of mine is my favorite one. I'll do the voice of it.
That was awesome. That was pretty good.
Some lively listeners today.
You know what is cool about this app is like I listened to some other podcasts on it, and there's just, you can tell there's some talented people around the world, obviously, and from their audio messages, and like I've heard like some really good impressions, and sometimes it's so good you don't know if it's their actual voice. And that guy was pretty good at doing a Wookiee call, so that's awesome.
Not bad.
Hey,
not bad.
we talk about a lot of Star Wars and Marvel related stuff in our official show, that is the Starfighter podcast, and that's in my link or my bio. So if you guys want to check that out, Dom and Jake, we co-host the Starfighter podcast on YouTube and on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So follow us over there. Follow us here on Stereo as well. And let's have a great conversation today. There's a lot to talk about. Let's hit this one too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what that was.
You want to take that?
I have no comment. No comment.
Wasn't as good as the Wookiee.
Okay.
I guess that's basically because I didn't know what it was. But yeah, let's move on. We got some Star Wars fans, clearly.
I thought he was a Kool-Aid man, but I guess not. But anyway, Star Wars news.
Oh, maybe. Let's see. What do we got first? Bad Batch moves to May 4th. Kind of a bummer, but at least we got an official date. Thoughts?
Yeah. I mean, there's so much to watch right now. It's like, oh, do I even have time for it? But no, it's gonna be good. Yeah, I think we've talked about the show a lot in our expectations and hopes for it. But May 4th, not too far along. Definitely check that one out.
Yeah. Again, I am bummed because it's supposed to be this month. Now I have to wait. I was actually thinking because, we had like a lot of, shows up and coming that was going to like definitely keep us busy on our channel. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some times where the news or the topics are a little more scarce. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, we still got WandaVision, and then Winter Soldier kicks off right after that. So I think we'll get stuff. Something's always going on,
Yeah, true. All right. Yeah, let's see what we got here.
Join me, Luke. Join me the dark side. And together we can rule as father and son.
Yeah, hit the follow button. Hit the follow button and follow us over there on the Starfighter podcast. We've got what you're looking for. We've got it all over there. And guys, feel free to, smash that clap button, bring the fire. Let's, people know on the algorithm that this is the show where we need to have more listeners, where we need to start a bigger conversation and have a good time. We got more news, Jake.
All right.
The Book of Boba Fett apparently is only 4 episodes long, as rumor has it.
That's interesting.
I believe it was supposed to be a limited series anyways.
Yeah.
So
limited
one
series
season.
Fine, but man, 4? I don't know what you can even get out of 4 episodes, man.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think? You think it could still be good?
I'm sure it'll be decent. I was, hoping for a lot of like flashbacks and stuff, and I just feel like that's never going to be possible with 4 episodes, unless it's entirely like that, and it's nothing about what's going on in the future. But I don't think they'd leave it hanging like that. With something called the Book of Boba Fett, I mean, that's like, it's not even a book. I mean, 4 episodes? Come on, they need to retitle that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely, wanting more for sure. More than 4 episodes, but I'm still looking forward to it. And again, there's a lot to look forward to this year.
For sure, yeah. I'm never going to be one to complain about content, but yeah. I mean, hey, if it's good 4 episodes, I mean, they could be longer. I mean, if they're an hour episode, that's not the worst.
That's what I was going to say,
like
yeah.
a long movie. But yeah, it just feels a little too short. I think we're just getting accustomed to all these TV shows now that give you so much content and lots of episodes. Even like 8 is good, But hey, it's something. I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah, because I mean, if they're an hour long each, that'd be awesome. If they're like 25 minutes, even 30, again, another bummer, but I guess it's all how it all comes down to how well it's done.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we saw clearly with Mandalorian that they were able to captivate the audience, even with shorter episodes.
Yeah,
Let's,
definitely. I mean, you can still work it out for sure.
Yeah, let's check this out.
Hell yes. I'm reading the title and I'm instantly invested now. I love this so much. We the homies now. I hope you know this. Hope y'all doing all right though. Happy Thursday. Hell yeah. Love y'all. Peace, love, and positivity. Hell yeah.
Well,
All
thanks
right,
for the
well,
good
he
vibes,
loves
man.
us, man.
Yeah, and we didn't have to do much either. So
I know,
thanks
right?
for the good vibes. I hope you're having a good Thursday, everybody listening. Yeah, any more thoughts on Boba Fett, or we can move on?
Let's move on to this Marvel news. I mean, we got a few things to talk about. that came out
Whoa!
this
Hang
week.
on. We still got a little
Oh,
bit more
there's
Star
more.
Wars
There's
news.
more Star Wars. More. What do we got?
Yeah. Okay, so check this out. Again, another rumor, and I looked into it more today, but apparently people are saying that George Lucas is writing multiple episodes, I believe 2 episodes of the Cassian Andor series for Disney Plus.
Okay.
However,
Okay.
a lot of people are getting this from like the IMDb profiles and stuff, that has his name attached. But also, if you really look into it, it kind of has to do with like, okay, why is his name there? If you think about it, it's like, well, there's characters in those episodes that were created by George Lucas, or stories based on Star Wars written by George Lucas, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it's definitely not 100%. It might not even be true at all, really, because basically one of those episodes could have Mon Mothma in it, for example, a character that George Lucas created. The other one could have Bail Organa, another George Lucas created character. So, first initial thoughts are that I really like the idea. It's definitely what I would like to see is for Disney, especially like Favreau and Dave Filoni, to be able to talk George into coming on, and and also for George to want to come and help write, not necessarily direct, but help write some stuff for whatever it may be. And if it is if it is in fact the Andor series, I think that would be interesting and definitely would make it more exciting. But yeah, when you kind of look at the finer details, it's definitely not 100% certain. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it would be great if it is. I mean, they need all the help they can get with that story. Andor is like my least looking forward to out of all the Star Wars shows. But no, it would be cool. I guess we haven't really seen him do anything since episode 3. Am I correct?
Um, no, not exactly, actually, because he had his hand heavily involved with the Clone Wars.
Oh, there we go. Hey, Clone Wars is awesome. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am such a not fan of Rogue One, and to make a series about a dead guy seems pretty lame to me also. Um, but I'll watch it just because it is Star Wars, and so far so good on Disney Plus for Star Wars content. But no, it'd be cool if he helped them out. I think he's still got a lot going for him. People kind of take shots at him for the last 3 movies he put out, the prequels. But in my opinion, they're better than the sequels. So and plus he had less technology and everything to work with at that time too. So I think he could definitely
Right.
help them out.
Yeah, and in a way, I mean, whether he's really there physically, he still is tied to these projects, and he definitely mentored. That's what's really cool, is that he mentored Favreau, but especially Dave Filoni with, the whole philosophy and what goes, the background of Star Wars and these characters, the idea of the Force, all of that stuff. He mentored Dave Filoni, and now we're seeing their projects, and so they're just carrying on the torch basically. And so maybe not like super directly, but we're still getting ties to George Lucas's stories essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what's really cool. But maybe these are some Star Wars fans trying to talk to us about it.
I'm hearing some stuff about Rogue One. Do you guys like Rogue One more than, let's say, Rise of Skywalker? Between the two, I don't know. I really like Rogue One though, but I don't. It's a touchy subject. It's a tough words. It's a tough. Oh my god, it's a touchy subject. I don't know, but yeah. What do y'all think?
Yeah. So
Yeah, thanks for the question.
I'm the Rogue One hater on the show. I think Rise of Skywalker was a little bit better, but still not my favorite of the sequels. But Rogue One just doesn't do it for me. But I know Dom's a fan.
Yeah, I like it. Definitely don't think it sucks or anything like that. But yeah, which one I think is better? Kind of hard to say right now. What's weird is like with the whole sequels. I think I like them a little bit more than Jake does, but at the same time, that's still not saying a whole lot, because they're still not my go-tos if I really want to fully enjoy an entire Star Wars movie or show. Like, it's not my go-to at all, as the sequels wouldn't be. But there is definitely a factor of like rewatchability, if that's a word. I do find like Rise of Skywalker to be rewatchable, and maybe even more so than Rogue One. But part of that is just because me as a fan, I'm drawn to, and not everyone is, not all Star Wars fans are this way, but I'm really drawn to like the Force and lightsabers and all that nerdy stuff. So, but some people are more so like, they want the space battles and they want less of like Jedi stuff, and Rogue One is definitely in that direction. But at the same time, I do think Rogue One is a pretty good movie, and in my opinion has one of the best space battles. But yeah, sorry, probably drug that out a little too long, but yeah, I like them both, somewhat, a little bit. Yeah, I think we got that. Thanks a lot for the questions, guys, by the way. And keep hitting that clap button for us. We appreciate it. Follow us, too. We co-host the Starfighter podcast on YouTube, as well as Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You can find us. Let's get these.
I don't know who yous are, so I'm just going to ask, how are yous?
Well, thank you. This is Dom and Jake. We co-host the Starfighter podcast. We talk about everything nerdy. We talk about a lot of sci-fi, fantasy movies, shows. Right now we're talking Star Wars, but on our channel lately we've been doing some WandaVision breakdowns, but a lot of stuff, in that realm of sci-fi and like comic book stuff, comic book movies. Jake, you want to add anything to that?
And we just put up our Nintendo Direct show pretty recently too, and we'll get more content coming out with Mithra and Pyra for Smash Bros. Because we're fans. But yeah, a bunch of good stuff.
Yeah, huge fans of Smash Bros. And Nintendo in general. So we also do some video game news as well. Yeah, keep sending in the messages, guys. If you have questions, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Star Wars right now, we can kind of break off in all different directions. But we do have quite a bit of news all around for movies and shows. But yeah, let's hear.
You know, I only ever watched the films, and then I watched Rogue One, and it blew me away. I thought it was the nuts. I thought that film was sick. But then I watched Clone Wars and Rebels. They're the best animated programs I've ever seen.
Yeah, Clone Wars really is the nuts, my man. If anything is the nuts, it's Clone Wars. Am I right, Jake?
I think so. I think he's saying he likes it. So not familiar with that one, but sure.
No, Clone Wars is amazing. Yes, the animated show. You can pretty much skip over the movie. That's not really where it's at. They got much better in the animated TV show. And again, we talked a little bit about Bad Batch a few minutes ago, but that's a spin-off of the Clone Wars series, and so we have that coming in May 4th, Star Wars Day. So we have that to look forward to.
If you're talking Clone Wars or Rebels, I'm on that all day.
We talk a lot about Clone Wars and Rebels, and in fact, again, I'm going to keep doing some shameless plugs, but we co-host the Starfighter podcast on YouTube and, wherever podcasts can be heard. And we have a new series coming up called Uncovering the Clone Wars, and we're also going to be doing that with Rebels as well, where we break down season by season, pull out, our favorite episodes, and discuss really the big plot points and how they tie into the overall universe, as regarding the saga and other TV shows, how Clone Wars and Rebels ties into the Mandalorian and Bad Batch. So check us out on the Starfighter podcast.
What I think you're saying, Moon Heist, is you like all the deep stuff, not just the fight in the battles, but all the the proper deep into it stuff, man.
You are completely right. I'm pretty big when it comes to just being an overall deep thinker, and especially with my movies too. And like towards the end of the show today, we're going to talk about some recommendations, I think, Jake, about some stuff that we're watching or games that we're playing, and it might get a little deep there because Jake just referred me to a really crazy anime show that my wife and I got into, and but when it comes to Star Wars, definitely the deep stuff. When it comes to the Force, we also have an episode on our channel coming up here soon where we break down the most powerful characters. And I felt like we got fairly deep on that show, Jake. I mean, it wasn't like, oh yeah, he was just good with a lightsaber, or yeah, this person could force choke someone out. Like, especially like for example, Obi-Wan, we talked about how he understood the mental game when it came to combat. We really dive into the characters and the stories. But Jake, anything you want to add?
Yeah, no. Yeah, anybody, whoever's listening, definitely check those episodes out. That was fun to do with our friends there as well. And definitely still pumping out Star Wars content, even though there's nothing going on right now. But yeah, if you're ever looking for that, that's the place to go.
Yeah, and new stuff is coming up, and I mean, we just love Star Wars in general, so we talk about everything we have in this awesome galaxy.
You know what, though? I didn't think I would like Rebels as much as Clone Wars, but I actually, by the end of it, probably like Rebels more than Clone Wars. Or the ending of Clone Wars was unreal.
Yeah, that I've heard people say that the ending of Rebels is a perfect ending for a series. I definitely think it was really good. Another thing that's amazing about Clone Wars and Rebels is the music. I mean, that the music is just so amazing, and it's really something that you can't overlook because it helps add to the nostalgia, helps add to the overall feel of the show, and take it beyond something that's just for kids. You know what I mean, Jake? Like the music
Yeah,
really
for
helps
sure.
like the big stuff truly hit home, and like some of those sad parts you're like, wow, like yeah, that really hits for sure, strikes a chord. Absolutely. But yeah, Clone Wars and Rebels just really great. I might like Clone Wars a little bit more, but love both of them. Jake?
Yeah, definitely. I would have to say before the Clone Wars final season, like the previous final season, I think that was season 6, but I would say Rebels had a better ending than that. But after the new final season of the Clone Wars show, I think that tops it a little bit in my opinion, but both excellent.
Yeah, those last 4 episodes, insane of Clone Wars. If you're a Star Wars fan, you have to go and watch those last 4 episodes, if nothing else. Last 4 episodes,
Right.
season 7, Clone Wars. Insane.
Man, Anakin was going hard. This is what we wanted to see. We wanted to see what Anakin was doing before he became Darth Vader. It was such, large span of time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, I
definitely
appreciate
worth the watch.
totally. Yeah, I appreciate that comment. Anakin does go hard for sure. I know we were talking about this recently, like um, going, you know, referencing what our listener just said right now. Anakin starts to show, you know, the signs of turning to the dark side even more so in the Clone Wars, and um, even displays uses of dark force power at times, which I thought was really cool. Um, Definitely something that we always wanted to see, but didn't get to until we were given the Clone Wars. But anything you wanted to add?
No, I definitely agree. I mean, in the final season when he was just like killing that spider looking guy, I mean, it's like, oh shoot, he's yeah, like he was saying, going hard for sure.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this the other day too, Jake. Like Anakin in the prequels and Anakin in the Clone Wars, I see a distinction for sure. They don't always feel like the same character, even though they're supposed to be. Do you know what I mean?
For sure, I think the Clone Wars Anakin, he's he thinks more. Like in the movies, he's just incredibly emotional, which of course is not a good thing you want to be when you're a Jedi. Uh, but yeah, I definitely see a difference in their characteristics.
That's actually a really, really good point, Jake, that you just made. He does think a lot more. He thinks way more than the Clone Wars or Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Um, you see him plan out and then execute what he's trying to do more so than just go with gut instinct every single time. That's
Yeah,
a huge
for sure.
distinction, and
And it makes sense. I
yeah,
mean, he's a general in the war. He's directing legions of clone troopers. I mean, he's got to know some stuff about war and battles and everything like that. So that was definitely a cool side of him to see.
yeah, absolutely.
I feel like they should have showed. I mean, they showed as much as they could though. But I feel like Clone Wars, yes. The movie was, but the animated series, yes. And then the Clone Wars that came out a few years ago, yeah. Rebel was nice. All of it, yeah. They all lit, man. I just think we should get on to. They gotta change the narrative now. We passed Skywalker.
They're lit indeed. Jake, you want to take that one?
I mean, hey, just hold on tight. There's more coming. I mean, within the next few years, there'll be so much Star Wars content. I mean, you'll have so much to rewatch, and hopefully, it's all good stuff. I have high hopes for it.
Yeah, I don't know, I have high hopes for the movies, shows, and these new video games that they're talking about. Whatever Ubisoft is doing, hopefully Knights of the Old Republic again. And then last week, Nintendo said they're coming out with Star Wars Hunters, and I couldn't be more excited about that.
Yeah, no, it'll be cool for sure.
Man, yeah, literally, yeah, that the whole fighting styles, and I had a conversation with my cousin. He was saying like, how could Obi-Wan have beat, how could he have beat Anakin, in the final battle, Revenge of the Sith? But like, they're saying about how Obi-Wan's fighting styles are more defensive, and that's why when he's got the high ground, like he beats him in combat because that's how he's trained to fight. All that sort of stuff.
I gotta take this one. Really appreciate that message.
Do it,
Again,
do
guys.
it.
Keep sending in those messages, the claps, bring the fire. Truly appreciate that. I talk about this all the time. Jake's getting tired of me talking about it, I'm sure. Again, when it comes back to Obi-Wan, there's this awesome parallel to what you're saying from Phantom Menace and Episode 3. Obi-Wan, he's stuck at that ledge, fighting Darth Maul. It's not looking good for him. He does that maneuver, cross up behind the back, takes Qui-Gon's saber, slices Maul in half, right? Anakin's trying to do that same move on Obi-Wan in Episode 3. He can't do it. 1, Obi-Wan invented it. 2, Anakin is coming from a place of anger and rage. When Obi-Wan did it, he was coming from a place of peace and serenity, because that's the Jedi way. That's truly what he focused on in that moment. Once he was, holding on, he was holding on for a while. Once he was like, just taking a moment to think, to focus, and to channel that force power. And yeah, that's such an awesome parallel I always like to talk about. And that's really, what it boils down to, Obi-Wan defeating Anakin, even though, George Lucas talks about Anakin being a level 9. He talks about this in Episode 3, behind the scenes, Anakin being like a level 9 when it comes to being a fighter. Obi-Wan is just below him at a level 8. But, man, it goes back to what Jake was saying. Obi-Wan's, he's not just feeling, he's thinking about it, and he's just so experienced. He learns these lessons, and he truly relies on the Force. Again, it really comes down to that as well. He relies on the Force and the light side of the Force as well. And that's how he defeated Anakin and so many others. Jake, anything you want to add?
No, you said it all. All I got to say is, if you want to hear more about that, subscribe to the Starfighter podcast, because we got an episode about stuff like that coming out real soon.
Oh, yeah. It's a really great episode, too.
Those comments just made me think maybe the problem with Anakin in the movies was that he's like they rushed his character, kind of like DC rushed what is it called? The team up Superman, Batman. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But like compared to MCU, took their time and all that. But yeah, they rushed Anakin because they didn't have time to character build, and he comes across as, whiny.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Some good points for sure. Shout out to my brother. That was my brother Adrian. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I've also heard, some speculation. Also, I've come to appreciate the prequels more. As I've gotten older, appreciate them a little bit more. But I've heard some speculation that, like, maybe it would have been a better idea to not start out with Anakin being so young in Episode 1. Maybe, having him older and then progressing from there, you know what I mean? Because then you would be able to flesh out his character in the same way that you do in Clone Wars, but on the big screen. But really, it doesn't matter so much now because again, they've added so much to his character and developed his character really well in Clone Wars now. So in the end, we still get what we want from his character, I think. And yeah, thanks a lot for the collapse and for the fire. Keep sending in those messages, guys. We got a lot more to talk about. We still have more to talk about with Marvel and Sony, but let's hear this message first.
I agree with him to a certain degree, but obviously you've got the Clone Wars there to breach some of that gaps, and not just that. And I hate to be one of these people, but if you compare the character development in them 3 films to the new trilogy, it's miles apart. So yeah, I quite like the way they did his character.
Thoughts on that, Jake?
Basically what we were saying then. Yeah, basically what you're saying with Clone Wars gives us kind of what we need for more character development from him, what Adrian was saying. So yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, and I mean, rightly so. Like we definitely want that from him because Luke is the main character in the original trilogy. Anakin is the main character in the prequel trilogy. But also, George has also said at times that the entire saga is about Anakin, and we can see that a little bit too. And so, just in general, you want to get as much as you can out of your main character and be able to invest in him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah, thanks again for all the messages, guys.
Looking forward to the show and all the topics you guys are going to cover. I'm mostly here for Breath of the Wild talk, though, so.
I don't know how much of that we got, but
that was last week.
We did cover that on the Nintendo Direct recap. So yeah, you can go check it out on Starfighter Podcast. We got it uploaded.
Yeah, and guys, for everyone who's listening here right now, follow us here on Stereo if you're not. We would really appreciate that. It's been a fun conversation so far. What do you think, Jake? Should we move on from Star Wars?
Yeah, I think we still got a lot to talk about. Let's keep it rolling.
Definitely. Let's hear one more real quick.
I'm curious to ask Adrian if he has seen Clone Wars.
Oh well, yeah. Adrian's my brother. Day One is his username, and I know that. I mean, he can chime in here himself. I think that he's seen a little bit of it. I don't think he's seen all of it. He definitely needs to get on that for sure. But my brother Adrian he absolutely loves Rebels. He just hasn't taken a lot of time to check out Clone Wars just yet. So, but yeah, if you want to chime in here, bro, go for it. We're going to switch things up though, switch gears. Hope you guys will stick around. We're going to talk about some stuff happening with Marvel. Jake, what do you want to talk about first?
Well, for starters, we got the Loki release date, June 11th, which I haven't done the math yet for episodes and weeks, but pretty much going to take up as soon as Falcon and the Winter Soldier ends. So we got the Marvel content rolling all through the summer too, so that'll be awesome.
Yeah, so that's happening after Falcon and Winter Soldier, right? That's what you said?
Yeah, because I think that comes out mid-March. So I think the timeline is just about right for when that show's going to end.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll work out good. Again, on the Starfighter podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, we break down WandaVision currently. And then, yeah, we're going to get into Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Then we're going to break down the Loki series. And, I mean, that trailer looks pretty crazy. Definitely piques your interest.
Oh, for sure.
Let's hear from you guys.
That was awesome.
Yeah, let's go start our own stereo about that. No, I'm just kidding. But
Unbelievable.
I've seen a little bit of it. I saw the season finale of 7. That was amazing. It's really hard to get through, to be honest, if you never were on it, and then trying to catch up, and then trying to stomach some of those, hate to use the term, but filler episodes.
Oh yeah, they're for sure.
No, yeah, that's fair too. And on our new series that we're doing on our channel, we're not really going to be including those filler episodes. Again, we're going to be pulling out the stuff that's really important, the stuff that's really good and ties into the overall Star Wars lore, saga, and movies. So yeah, there are some hit and miss moments for sure with Clone Wars, but overall, just amazing, and it just gets better and better. You do have to kind of stick with it.
I like Marvel, but it's not particularly my thing to want to talk about. But yeah, enjoyed the Star Wars chat, man. It's decent. I've not seen anyone talking about Star Wars since I've been on this app. So yeah, awesome. Follow me both. Hopefully join more in the future. Cheers.
Yeah, totally, man. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it. Follow for a follow, right? That's what the kids used to say. And I don't know if they still do. Hashtag follow for follow. But yeah, I appreciate having you on the show today. And we're definitely going to be talking about Star Wars more. I don't think we ever truly stop. So yeah, appreciate that. Sorry we can't continue the Star Wars. I mean, we still can. We can still jump back and forth a little bit, but we do want to touch on all the awesome movie and show news that we got this week. So yeah, what's after Loki, Jake?
We got Spider-Man No Way Home. It was fun for a little bit, them teasing different titles, the cast, but we got the official one finally.
Yeah, tell me your thoughts on that. You pretty excited?
I think it'll be cool. Yeah, I'm extremely excited for the movie. It'll be interesting by the title. It's like, makes it sound like he's not in his home. We kind of know there's going to be like a multiverse thing. But for him to leave his verse, I guess I kind of just assumed different characters would be coming to his universe. But it's not what it sounds like from the title, in my opinion.
Right. I mean, I kind of imagine that maybe he's going to get lost or trapped into some other reality or dimension.
Yeah,
something like that.
Like he kind of goes to Tobey Maguire's world and then Andrew Garfield's world and stuff like that. So no, it'll be cool for sure.
And I believe that Kevin Feige said as well that WandaVision, Spider-Man 3, No Way Home, and what was the other one? Oh, and Doctor Strange. I believe they all tie in together a little bit. Yeah, all the storylines kind of tie in together, and so yeah, I think that's kind of what we get from the name as well. Curious to know what you guys think of the new Spider-Man title. If you have any thoughts there, I know I missed this message, so let me get that.
I'll just leave by coming back to Adrian and saying for Clone Wars, and I couldn't just sit there and watch it. I had to be doing something. So every evening I'd be cleaning the kitchen for like 2.5 hours, standing there watching episodes of Clone Wars. So yeah, that's the way I did it.
Yeah, that works for sure. I almost feel bad. Like, if everyone wants to keep talking about Star Wars, by all means, we can still, jump back and forth. So you guys don't have to feel like you got to leave. Let's see.
Just wanted to throw this out there. I just watched the interview with Tom Holland on Jimmy Fallon's show, and then just got into like a web, like suggested YouTube videos of Tom Holland interviews. The kid is just a gem. Oh my gosh, this guy. I'm just like I'm so down for the next Spider-Man, and honestly, like I love the movies, but I love Tom Holland even more than the movies. And now that I say that out loud, it sounds like kind of creepy. And I'll go ahead and end this little note now.
Tom Holland is pretty awesome for sure. You know, whether he gives too much away sometimes in his interviews or not, he is pretty awesome. And in my opinion, he is the best Peter Parker and Spider-Man. And yeah, definitely looking forward to Spider-Man 3. Curious to hear your thoughts, Jake. I liked Far From Home more than Homecoming. But yeah, what's your thoughts on all this?
I did too. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool just seeing them film on different locations. I'm really into that. So that was really cool to see. I was actually in Venice like 2 weeks before they filmed there. And so
Oh,
it would
wow.
have been cool to see it. But that would have been awesome. But it was really cool just to be able to recognize the sights and everything from that. So that was really cool to see. And then I thought Mysterio was an amazing villain. And not to say Vulture wasn't. It was just they were different in their different ways. But no, I thought it was just a hair better. And I think this next one's just going to be incredible.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't really want to be that guy, but like I do feel like there was some action lacking in the first one. I think they're both really good, but yeah, I don't know. Definitely
Yeah, it was like
the
an
second
origin
one.
story without the origin part, you know? So they still had to develop
Yeah.
him a little bit, even though we're skipping all the whole spider bite and all of that, and the whole, thankfully, skipping the whole Uncle Ben thing again. But yeah, it was good to see just like the human part of it and everything of him just being a normal high schooler in some ways. So I thought it was definitely a good movie, though.
Yeah. So you like, what they did to Mysterio? You liked his character?
I thought it was cool. Yeah, I mean, I'm sometimes I'm a stickler for like being comic accurate, but I thought it was good. I mean, it's sometimes you gotta switch things up, and it's not all bad. But no, it was cool to see. I thought obviously Jake Gyllenhaal's an awesome actor, so he was pretty cool.
Yeah, I think overall, like, I thought his performance was pretty good. Every once in a while, I don't know, kind of lost me a little bit, like in that bar sequence, when he does that speech on the table. But sometimes Marvel or Sony, they have kind of those over the top sequences, so it's whatever, I guess. But yeah, I mean that might be all we have to say on Spider-Man. But
he actually spoils an entire scene in that Jimmy Fallon interview, and they don't even like. I guess that was the point of the interview.
I'll have to check that out.
For sure.
But yeah, shout out to Tom Holland. Also, something entertaining as well. If you guys haven't seen this, he does. Have you seen this, Jake? On YouTube, he does this dance. He dances to Rihanna's Umbrella song, and
yes, I have seen it. Yeah.
pretty ridiculous. He definitely goes hard for sure.
It's something.
He totally commits. He commits 100%. You got to give him that
for sure. Definitely.
Jake Gyllenhaal, for me, I kind of hate his face, like Tobey Maguire. But I gotta say, he continues to grow on me, Jake Gyllenhaal. Everything I see with him, he's so stinking talented. And Far From Home is the first time I really ever liked him.
Interesting take for sure. Yeah. What do you think, Jake? You think he has a punchable face or what?
A little bit. I could see that. I mean, I don't think I've seen too many Jake Gyllenhaal movies. I liked like The Day After Tomorrow, that was good. There was one movie where he was on a train or something. I don't know, something like that. But I've liked him whenever I've seen him in a movie. So
I haven't seen it, but I've heard his acting in Nightcrawler is pretty good. I've heard it's pretty darn good. Haven't seen the movie though. But yeah.
I mean, it's not a Jeremy Renner face, so, like, let's not get it twisted. But, yeah, it's a little punchable. It has a little bit of punchability there.
all right. Hating on Renner now.
Leave us your comments, guys. Tell us whose face you'd like to punch when it comes to actors.
Exactly.
What's your favorite fast food restaurant in Seattle, Washington?
Sorry, it's still breaking up a little bit. Favorite something in Seattle?
Fast food restaurants.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Favorite fast food restaurant in Seattle? Good question. Fast food. Let's see. We're not doing a whole lot of fast food, to be honest, but I'm a fan of burgers, and we don't have In-N-Out. We don't have Freddy's, which is my favorite fast food burger ever is Freddy's, which they have back in AZ in California and Florida. Check out Freddy's if you haven't, and if you can get your hands on it. But Cali Burger is in Seattle. Oh, actually, it's in a mall. I think in Everett too. But yeah, Cali Burger is pretty darn good. I feel like.
Have you been to Dick's?
I haven't. Let me get your opinion on Dick's, because I've heard that. I've heard people say that they love it, like it's amazing. I've heard people say that it's not that great.
I mean, it's like a decent burger, but I mean, for the price, you can't beat it. So there's that.
Okay,
you
like
can
where?
Like, you can get like 3 burgers for the price of one at any other fast food joint. So it's pretty great.
Where would you rank it, like in terms of like In-N-Out and whatever?
I don't think the quality. I mean, it's quality than like a normal McDonald's cheeseburger that you get. It definitely has similarities to In-N-Out. It's a good burger. I would check it out for sure.
Awesome. Who sent in that question, by the way?
I don't know. I think it was somebody that has not commented previously.
I'm just wondering how they knew I was in Washington. But I don't know. Maybe. Hey, I could use another fan. Maybe they saw my Instagram. But 8 listeners. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Having a blast.
You guys think they'll add any connection to Venom in this next Spider-Man? And as for Jake, yes, definitely Nightcrawler. Probably one of his best movies.
I just think there's too much going on right now for Venom stuff. I think Tom Holland will be in Venom 2. That's my guess of where they're gonna connect everything. But yeah, there's just
I've heard that too. Yeah.
Right now.
What do you think of Venom, by the way?
It was decent. It's better than I was kind of expecting. But it was not bad. I'd watch Venom 2.
I mean, that they dropped that Carnage scene. So
right.
I've always been intrigued by his character for sure. Although
yeah, definitely.
I don't know who was it? Woody Harrelson? Yeah. I don't know. He kind of took me out of it a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
Come on, Jake, I can also get 2 tacos for the price of one at Jack in the Box, but do I really want that when I'm looking for a good taco? I mean, that said, Jack in the Box tacos are pretty bomb. Anyway, it's all about Shake Shack, guys. go to Shake Shack. If you've never been to Shake Shack, just YouTube or search on YouTube right now, Shake Shack Tasty, Tasty, Tasty video, and you'll see how a Shake Shack burger is made, and then you'll try one, and it's even better than it looks in that video.
Yeah, guys.
I actually have never been, so I'll take his word for it.
I have been. I thought it was pretty good. I can't talk highly enough about Freddy's though. Jake, did you have Freddy's when you were in Phoenix? Oh no, I feel like we've lost Jake.
I've never been.
Oh, okay. There you are. Never been?
No, I've never been to Freddy's. No.
Dang, dude. It's really good. They're steak burgers. So, and like, the patties are pretty thin and have that really good char. Shake Shack has a nice like char on the outside too. But they're pretty thin, and I like that. And it's like, if you want more, then just get a second patty or whatever. But yeah, I don't know exactly how we got to burgers and food, but I mean, pretty good subject too. I'm down.
Yeah, I gotta say, whenever I'm down in the Southwest area, I always go to Smash Burger. I love that place.
Really? I've only had it once. I don't know.
What?
Maybe I need to try it again. Yeah.
No, it's good. It's a little pricier than most, but I think it's definitely worth it.
Okay. I'll have to give it another shot.
Would you count Deadpool as a Marvel movie?
Good question. Well, I believe that what is Deadpool? Oh yeah, Deadpool is Fox, and now Disney, and now Disney has it. So the next Deadpool movie, that is confirmed that that will be technically Marvel now, right?
Yeah.
It'll be all tied together to the MCU.
For sure, yeah. First two technically in association with Marvel Studios. Again, we'll see how they transfer X-Men over to the MCU. But from now moving forward, Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool is going to be in the MCU.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And also, I mean, guys, check out our WandaVision show on YouTube, the Starfighter Podcast. Follow us over there. Be sure to subscribe over there. But yeah, we break it all down. And, there's a really good chance that WandaVision is going to end up introducing the X-Men. But yeah, I mean, we're going to get it sooner or later, somehow. And yeah, great question.
I can second the Shake Shack motion. Yeah, Shake Shack. It's super good. It's super good.
Nick, you have betrayed me for the last time. Me and Nick would always go to Freddy's together. This guy is being a rat right now. It's all about Freddy's, dude. You know this. Come on. You're letting me down.
Freddy's problem is they don't salt their patties enough. They're like a Shake Shack wannabe. But I do respect Freddy's a lot. But they need to learn basic seasoning for those patties.
I've never had that problem. I've always felt like they were the most flavorful, actually, and fries incredibly awesome, as well as their fry sauce, and their ice cream is really good. But actually, Nick told me the other day he didn't like the ice cream either. So yeah, I don't know about that guy. He's killing me, dude. I mean, you think you know someone, Jake, when you're always going to that place with them. It's like, okay, like we obviously both like this place because we're always having Freddy's together. Anyway,
you would think it makes sense to me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't even like hanging out with you.
Green Lantern?
Oh, sorry to cut you both off there.
You're good.
Oh, I think she said thoughts on Green Lantern, right?
Yes.
Another really good question, but also a really bad movie.
Unfortunate issues. Yeah, I mean, it's like, what's not to like? It's Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively. Like, come on. But I don't know, man, if it was just the director or what, but it was lacking in a lot of departments, unfortunately.
There have been 2 movies, and they're both comic book movies, that as soon as I walked out, I was like, wow, I really wish I had saved my $15. And it was Green Lantern, and it was Fantastic Four, the last Fantastic Four. I was like, I mean,
oh yeah, dude, I did not pay for that.
It was so sad. They're both really sad movies.
Yeah, I agree.
I do think Green Lantern is a really cool character too, though. So I'm wanting to see good things from him as well. Obviously, we always root for the best and hope for the best. But yeah, great questions, guys. We are going to move on to some other Marvel news here pretty soon. But yeah, thanks a lot for the messages. Continue bringing the claps, bringing the fire.
Nick, my boy. Oh my gosh, let's go to Shake Shack, bro.
Yes, so my brother and Nick are both about to get muted and reported. So just throwing that out there.
Yeah, definitely Freddy's great burger. Their frozen custard. It's not ice cream, it's custard, so it's different taste, but still great. We also have a In-N-Out here in town, and also a Cali Burger, so we got a good choice in my area in California.
Let's go, Fan 56. This guy's as good as family to me right now.
I gotta throw something out there. Culver's. Thoughts?
Oh, I'm glad you did throw it out. This is, yeah, thanks for that, Jake. I go Freddy's, number 1, followed by Culver's. The burger's really good. The cheese curds are bomb.
Oh, yeah, man. And the ice cream's super good, too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Culver's is really good. And then after Culver's, I don't know, I might go, it used to be In-N-Out, but now I'm going to go Cali Burger, then In-N-Out. Those are going to be my top 4.
I've never had a Cali Burger.
You'll like it. I mean, it's pretty similar to Culver's.
Okay, nice.
Do you have Culver's as number 1 or number 2?
That would be 2 behind Smash Burger, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Yeah. I almost forgot about Culver's. Culver's is good, man.
Hi, long time no see. You haven't changed your title yet. Last Airbender.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I'm obviously not from America, so I have no idea what a Shake Shack is or an In-N-Out burger. So I'm a bit lost at the minute.
Man, we're getting listeners from all over the place.
I'm loving it.
I think I've heard.
And that wasn't a McDonald's advertisement, by the way. So
McDonald's, I mean, I'll eat it and I'll appreciate it, but it's not like, oh, we got to go to McDonald's, you know?
Right. I think we just found our new subject, Jake. I mean,
oh my gosh,
people
this can go on forever.
People really wanted to talk about Star Wars for a while. Avatar, there was a little bit. Last Airbender. Come on. They wanted to talk about that for a little bit. But burgers, fast food, apparently that's where it's at. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Shout out to Brad Pitt because he's always eating fast food in his movies.
Guys, so who is your favorite Marvel character?
Great question. Jake?
Oh my gosh. Why is that? This is the hardest question. It's like asking who's your favorite Pokemon. Like, there's too many. But if I'm just sticking with MCU to kind of lower my parameters a little bit, Vision has been one of my favorite characters since its introduction, and I just think he's super cool. I mean, he's not the funniest or anything like that, but I really enjoy Paul Bettany himself, and I think he's been awesome in the show. So he's definitely one of my top.
Yeah, that's hard to say. And also, like, am I allowed to choose X-Men in that? Because, I mean,
It's yeah.
We're going
I mean, it depends if you're going MCU or the whole. I mean, there's so many.
it's hard to say. I'm gonna just throw out a couple. I'm gonna go Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Gambit. But yeah, just growing up, loved reading X-Men comics and Spider-Man comics. Those are my favorite. Yeah, great question.
Did you guys hear that Maverick is gonna start showing face in the Marvel community? Kind of like a, he's like a Marvel version of Snake's, or Metal Gear Solid Snake.
I didn't hear that. I don't think. What about you?
No, I haven't heard anything about that. But hey, more X-Men the better, I guess, right?
Yeah, totally. That'll be interesting. Oh, I was actually watching what was it? Days of Future Past the other night. And
yeah, I love that movie.
yeah, it's great. Probably I think we both agreed it was probably the best X-Men.
Yeah.
Bishop was pretty cool. We only got a little bit from him, but that's kind of a bummer. Like, and hopefully, again with the MCU going forward, we're gonna get a lot more of those characters and a lot more time with characters that we missed out from, like Bishop. Also, Blink was super awesome in the intro to Future Past. Really cool character.
Oh.
Okay, guys. So I got a question. What was your all-time favorite childhood cereal that you would eat every morning for breakfast?
Wow,
Tessa B, great question. Go for it, Jake.
All right, so growing up, definitely Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
You stole mine.
Still. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I love that growing up. So good. But I would have to say my favorite nowadays is Oreo O's. So good.
I haven't had those.
Oh, dude, you have to try it. I mean, it's like eating a bowl full of Oreos. It's amazing.
Hey, I love Oreos, so.
Yeah, dude. Check it out.
I mean, like, can someone not like Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Like,
no, it was the only one that felt like they were using real ingredients, right? I mean,
it's such a crowd pleaser. You can't go wrong with that.
It's the taste you can see. I mean, come on.
And that was an advertisement, so yeah. Let's get it with the sponsors. Great question.
Right.
I love Marvel, Star Wars, and Avatar, so I think this is the podcast for me.
Well, thanks, dude. Yeah, subscribe. This is all the stuff we talk about and more. So if it's up your alley, yeah, definitely subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for that, man.
Okay, here we go, guys. I'm glad you mentioned Culver's. I am. You go to Culver's and you're going to get a great burger, in my opinion, just as good as Freddy's. Because Freddy's, what you're going to get when you go there is you're going to get a patty with mustard and onions. They don't know how to season their burgers. They have really high quality beef, but also, side note, a steak burger, I don't know if you realize this, but his steak is beef. It's just a word to try to get you thinking that it's higher quality. I will say it is higher quality in general over fast food burgers, okay? But Freddy's and Culver's, they're pretty much the same burger. I gotta tell you that right now.
Except Culver's will butter your bun. And I'm telling you, you want buttered buns. Now, going back to the Supreme, Shake Shack does it best because they know how to grill that patty. Look up the tasty video.
Okay, hard disagree once again. And if Cinnamon Toast Crunch is the taste that you can see, Freddy's is the beef quality you can see. You can see it.
All right, I'll
Come on,
have
you
to
got
check it out. So, to be honest, I am very picky with my food. I order my burgers plain, meat, cheese, bun. All right. So if it doesn't have a good meat, cheese, and bun, it's not for me. So that's kind of
Hey,
how
simple
I
guy.
judge it.
Nothing
No,
wrong with
I
that.
love a simple burger. I mean, I'll put like some bacon on it too. I mean, anything like that. That's good stuff. But get those vegetables and sauces out of there. I shouldn't be having a dry burger if there's no sauces. If you put mayo on a burger, it's because your patty isn't juicy enough to make it that moist texture that you want. So, I mean, it's got to have those three things. Everything else, that's your choice if you want to add that on. But you don't want to disguise what you're there to eat, which is the burger, the patty. That's what makes it a burger. So I do have to say Culver's is high on that. I still haven't had Shake Shack, but if it's not salty enough, that's a problem for me. I definitely love salt.
Next time you and I both randomly end up in Phoenix at the same time, again, Jake, my treat, I'm taking you to Freddy's.
All right.
And we will do we'll do a stereo show or a YouTube podcast, from the very start.
There we go, man, for sure.
Go ahead and just edit your little show here and do hashtag best burger.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable. See what I'm dealing with these days?
Really sorry to jump back to the burger subject. My reception's really bad in the middle of a Target right now listening to you guys. So every time I think Dom tried to make fun of me or say something about how I didn't like Freddy's ice cream or whatever Dom says, I didn't catch it. But yeah, Adrian, let's go hit up Shake Shack sometime. That would be super cool. Also Jack in the Box tacos or the jam. Anyway, carry on with your favorite Marvel characters. Yeah. All right. See ya.
Oh my gosh, that was pretty good. It's hard to be mad at him. It's hard to be mad at that guy. He's still wrong. He's still wrong about Shake Shack versus Freddy's, but it's hard to stay mad at him.
You think if WandaVision teases Fantastic Four, they'll jump more into the future of Fantastic Four, where Franklin is already born, or pre-Franklin in their family?
No, that's a really good question, actually. We have talked about before, sort of Monica's friend, who she says is an aerospace engineer, being a Fantastic Four member, and I guess we'll still wait and see on that. Yeah, go check out our podcast, the Starfighter podcast, because we do talk about that a lot. But that's definitely interesting because I could totally see them not doing an origin story for Fantastic Four, since it's already been done multiple times in like the last decade plus. But that would be even further into the future and really set up a whole new power structure, because we know how powerful Reed and Sue's child is. So that would also help set up Kane the Conqueror, because he's a descendant of Reed Richards, also who we know is the villain for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So yeah, definitely a good point that I hadn't really thought about. But no, I would love to see Franklin. I think that'd be super cool.
I'm lost though. Like, I totally agree with what you said. I am lost about who Franklin is. I feel kind of lame for saying that, but yeah. I'll be honest.
Their son, and he's like easily a top 10 most powerful Marvel character. Like, he's insanely powerful.
What? Sue and Reed's son?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Like,
what's his What's his name?
I mean,
His other name?
I don't know if he has a villain name. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But no, his powers are just insane. Basically, sort of like Wanda, where he can change the fabric of reality and almost do whatever he wishes. Like he's that insane. So he would almost have to be an Avengers villain, because not many people could even try to stand up to him.
Yeah, totally. Hey, I got a question for our listeners right now. So Elizabeth Olsen came out and said that we're going to get a Luke Skywalker level cameo, and I don't believe that it's Evan Peters, but Luke Skywalker level cameo for the ending of WandaVision. Who do you guys think that is? I'm of the mindset that it's going to be Magneto. Some people think that it's going to be, one of the Fantastic Four, but I want to hear from you guys. Yeah, let us know. And let's move on.
Yes, I am your father.
Okay.
I believe it's no. I'm your father,
I was
but
about to say the same thing. At least he didn't say, Luke, I am your father, because that's completely wrong. But yes, it is no, I am your father. Sorry, bro. You're so close.
yeah, totally. And hey, check out the Starfighter podcast. Dom and Jake, we co-host it. It's a great time.
Oh, the other sick character edition is going to be Ghost Rider. I forgot about that.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage is back, man.
I don't know about that. But it very well could be Ghost Rider if they choose to kind of connect it to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because last known location of Ghost Rider was the Hell Dimension with the Darkhold, which is kind of where, we might be going with this whole thing with Agatha Harkness's book. That is a possibility. I mean, it wouldn't be too much of a stretch at all.
Yeah, agree. Also, guys, follow me and Jake here on Stereo. Follow us on the Starfighter podcast. We appreciate you guys.
Jake, I gotta tell you, I'm with you sometimes. I do the occasional plane because, yes, that's how you can taste the quality of all the ingredients coming together.
Son of a gun.
But please, when you taste Shake Shack, when you taste it for the first time, grab a side of the special sauce. Okay, just on the side. Do a little dip. Maybe it's not your first bite, second or third bite. Maybe on the fourth bite, dip into that special sauce and let me know what you think.
All right. I'll have to try it. Again, sauces aren't really my thing, because like special sauce or like fry sauce that a lot of people have is basically just like mayo and ketchup with a hint of like Thousand Islands, and that's not really my thing.
That's
but
true.
if it's really, I've never had it, so if it's really a special secret sauce, hey, I'll try it. If it's anything like Chick-fil-A sauce, that's a great sauce, and it's really unique and different.
It really is.
Oh, for sure, man. So I'll have to try the secret sauce though. But yeah, plain burger's the way to go.
Bro, we finally got Chick-fil-A out here not too long ago.
Dude, there's one in Spokane, which is only like 2 hours away from me, but I had it like a few weeks ago. Oh man, it was so good.
Nice.
Hey, random question. Do I sound angry to you guys? I mean, I was just in some stereo with like two British heroin addicts or something, and they were just talking like this the whole time. And I'm like trying to get some sort of anything, and they're just talking like this. Oh, he's angry. Oh, everyone's angry.
I wouldn't call him angry. I mean, no, dude, he brings the hype, which, I mean, if you're not bringing it yourself, somebody's got to do it, right? He's just making their show better.
Yeah. Follow us here on Stereo. Subscribe to the Starfighter podcast. I don't know what else to say, man.
Hey, man, we're
His
cool
name.
with angry people.
His name is Jip.
We have heard so many impressions today out of nowhere, but that was not bad. That was okay. Not bad.
What was that?
It wasn't the best. It's from 21 Jump Street. But not the best impression I've heard today, not the worst. So B plus.
All right. I think the Wookiee one was probably the best.
Yeah, and then I think that guy
Franklin Richards could pretty much create his own universe. That's how powerful he is.
Exactly. Yeah, he's almost a souped up Wanda as far as her reality bending powers go. Yeah, he's insane. He would change the MCU forever if he was introduced.
Yeah, I'm still curious. I'll have to check it out later, or you guys can let us know what his alter ego name is. That'd be good.
Elizabeth Olsen's words imply, yes, Magneto. Fassbender, please, not McKellen. However, her words also are completely ridiculous, and they show just out of touch she is, because Mark Hamill is like, I mean, it's going back generations. I love Fassbender. He has nothing on Mark Hamill. But yeah, she's probably talking about Magneto. Fassbender.
It's possible.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with you saying about Luke. I think the only reason it wasn't as hype as it could be was that we just saw Luke in episode 8, and that was kind of his return. Like, if that was his return from episode 6 in Mandalorian, that would have just taken it to even another level. But yeah, it could be Magneto, although I don't think it is personally. I don't see how it works into the story, really. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and my second guess is that another really likely possibility is that it'll be Professor X. And that just ties into the House of M comic book series as well, the storyline there. So yeah, I think it's either Magneto or Professor X. And oh yeah, then just a little side note, I think Dottie would be an awesome Emma Frost. I think that'd be pretty sick.
Nicolas Cage ruins another movie in Ghost Rider. Is there a 3? Ghost Rider 3, The End of My Career.
It's been a hot minute since I saw a good Nicolas Cage movie, I have to say. But it wouldn't be for me. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, me neither. I'm with you there.
Sorry, my horrible my name is Jeff impression basically just came from me hearing you guys say, what's that guy's name? And then my stone mind went, oh, just say my name is Jeff. I don't know, sorry.
I see the logic now. We appreciate all impressions here.
Yeah, totally. I think we still got a little bit more news, Jake. We're not even through this yet.
News?
You got to run? Or are you good?
I got maybe 20 minutes left till I gotta eat some dinner. But what's the news? You tell me about it.
20 minutes, guys. Send in your questions, Star Wars related, Marvel related, whatever. Send them in. We will run through them as fast as we can, and we will hit this last subject real quick. Apparently, and take this with a grain of salt. You can take it from Freddy's because Freddy definitely salts their patties. So yeah. Oh, shut up, Adrian. Take this with a grain of salt. And so Marvel, getting back to Marvel. Yeah. See how awesome of a segue that was? Back to Marvel. Apparently, people, there in the studio, as well as different groups attached to the studio, are saying that Eternals, the new Eternals movie, is just something else absolutely incredible. People are saying that it could be the best Marvel movie. I say take it with a grain of salt because it's like, okay, what else are you going to say? Oh, how's Eternals doing? Not that great. It's not looking that good. What else are you going to say? But apparently word has been spreading that they've got something really good here, and we're in for something. But Jake, I think we have talked a little bit about Eternals, maybe some thoughts there. Are you hyped for this?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if it's an amazing movie. They got such a stellar cast. Angelina Jolie, Kit Harington, Kumail Nanjiani. Like it's going to be great, and I'm sure it's going to be incredibly enjoyable. But yeah, it's interesting. Like this time we don't know that much. I mean, I can't even tell you who the villain is or anything like that. So it's kind of up in the air. As like, it reminds me of when like Guardians came out, where nobody really knew much about it, but it turned out to be awesome. I'm betting this one has more of a serious tone to it a little bit, because you can't get much sillier than Guardians. But with the cast that they have, it's definitely going to be funny. And I have always enjoyed like the cosmic entities and all of that. So I think it could be really cool and just like really well done as far as the CG and everything like that for the powers that these characters have is going to be really capturing for sure.
Yeah, totally. And it's like what you're saying, because I don't really know, the Eternals well at all either. I'm excited about Angelina Jolie and some of those other names that you mentioned, but like after Guardians, just because you don't know who the heroes are, like, don't count the movie out. You know what I mean? Because
absolutely,
you just can't. Like, they've done it before, and I'm hyped to hear the news, even though again it's kind of obvious stuff. But apparently, I can't remember the director's name off the top of my head, but he's in the running to be like best director of this this past year. So yeah, I guess his last film, his last film did really well. Won some awards.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's actually a woman.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, Chloe something. Thank you.
Chloe Zhao. Yeah, her movie Nomadland. I have not seen it, but I was actually listening to a podcast today that they were recommending it and said it was amazing. So that's awesome that they have
that's right,
talented director.
Yeah, I mean that's just more good news. Supporting how this could be really great. So looking forward to it. I'm all for learning about new heroes and villains. But yeah, you ready to take some questions or thoughts?
Let's do it.
Okay, so my horrible impressions aside, what do you guys feel is the best and worst new addition to the Star Wars franchise since Disney picked it up? I have one. I just don't want to say it and just completely ruin this whole show. So I'll let you guys go first.
We appreciate that, man. Jake will do that for you, and he'll I think he'll say Last Jedi. But I won't speak for Jake. Go ahead. Okay.
No, that's the worst by far. And as far as new things recently,
he said new, right? He said out of the new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clone Wars was excellent. I think Mandalorian's just been the most enjoyable, and I think, everybody I know who's seen the show loves it. It's just like something that everybody can enjoy. So I think that's the best product that they put out in an incredibly long time.
Yeah, I totally agree with the Mandalorian. I think Mandalorian and Clone Wars season 7, the best Star Wars that we've seen in a really long time. Like you said, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say which one is the worst out of the new stuff. It's hard to say. I can't really choose, but I'll just say that I'm probably in the minority. I find myself watching The Force Awakens the least out of all the new stuff.
That's fair.
Maybe I put that. I've heard tons of people say that Force Awakens is the best out of all the new stuff too. So I don't know, but yeah, that's just me. I like The Last Jedi a little bit. I like Rise of Skywalker a little bit. I like all of them a little bit, at least. I try to just take away the stuff that I like for the most part, just because I love Star Wars so much. But yeah, there is some definite crappy stuff here and there, for sure. But yeah, that's what I got. Go watch Mandalorian, watch season 7 Clone Wars.
What are your thoughts on WandaVision final 2 episodes? I believe that in episode 9 we're going to get the final scene is that we're going to get Magneto, and he's going to use his hand to attract Vision's dead body.
Great question, and also that's a really cool theory for sure. I'm right there with you with seeing Magneto. I just said that a few minutes ago. That's what I'm looking forward to, and yeah, just really hoping that we get Magneto, and for sure looking forward to Fassbender potentially coming in. And again, the Starfighter podcast, we co-host that on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Go subscribe to us, guys. We would really appreciate it. And if I do say so myself, we do a pretty good job at breaking down and doing a really good review, especially right now of WandaVision. We both put in quite a bit of research and do a pretty solid job over there. So yeah, check that out, the Starfighter podcast. Jake, your thoughts quick on the last 2 episodes.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a little bit more on a previous podcast. I'm still in the hopes that either Reed Richards or another Fantastic Four member will show up, just because it's really been heavily teased, it seems like, by Monica's character and Teyonah Parris herself. That's my thoughts. But I feel like it's not going to have the ending that everybody's going to want, because it's sort of part of a trilogy with Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and Spider-Man 3. So it's going to kind of almost have to end in a place where everything is not okay. So it'll be interesting to see where it really culminates at the finale. My opinion is that she's going to expand the hex to the entire world, and this world's going to be the nexus for a bunch of people through the multiverse to enter. So that's kind of my opinion. But yeah, if you got anything more to say, Dom. Oh, there you are. You unmuted yourself. I was worried you were gonna forget.
No, it's just no, just the train was going by. Live next to the train. But anyways, echo all of that. I think we both really enjoyed the last 2 episodes. Definitely, excited to see more from Monica Rambeau, and turning into Photon, her superhero alter ego in the comics. That looks really interesting. Also interested in seeing what we get from director Hayward. And we're not going to throw out too many spoilers here, of course. But yeah, trying to really pick out what his motives are, because it's a little bit hard to tell right now.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that'll be cool to see. But yeah, man, let's get through these questions.
I mean, all I want, and the only movies I care about, is Spider-Man 3, Thor 4, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Deadpool 3, and yeah, I think that's it for now.
Yeah, man, those will all be bangers. I mean, yeah, I can't fault you there. As far as the previous movies in that trilogies, for those that you mentioned, they've lived up to the hype. So yeah, no, the way they finish it off will be really cool to see. And yeah, especially stuff with like Deadpool being in the MCU now, how that'll affect his movies and who will like guest star and stuff like that. And then I've heard amazing things about where the Guardians are going from here. We get to see them in Thor: Love and Thunder before Guardians 3. And so we'll kind of see how their group might change a little bit. But yeah, definitely looking forward to all of those.
Yeah, absolutely. Last 10 minutes, guys, right, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, I can push it a little bit if need be. Let's finish up these questions and then get to our final segment.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, about last 10, 15 minutes. So if you guys want to send in your questions, do it now. We're going to fire through them, but we'll do our best to get to all of them.
Second question. What is your favorite Nicolas Cage? No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding, guys. What do you think would be a good addition to the Marvel franchise thus far, or this far, whatever terminology it is? I have a couple languages that I have to switch through in my brain when I'm thinking.
What do you think is going to be or should be the next Marvel installment? I know they have them set out for 30 years, but what do you think they should add?
Well, gonna address the first part real quick, Jake. Favorite
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage movie, a little indie flick called National Treasure. Pretty
That's exactly
pretty
what
bomb.
I was gonna say. Dude, I'm so glad they never made a third one. Like, okay, why
I
don't
hear
they
that
reboot
they
that on
are. I
Disney
think they
Plus?
are.
Okay, good. If it's a Disney Plus thing, they can reboot that. They can make it into a TV show. That'd be awesome. First two movies were actually really good.
Yeah, they
I
were.
feel like they hold up. As
Totally.
far as additions to MCU, they've scheduled so many that are basically everybody's favorites at this point. I don't think I have really a character that I'm looking forward to the most. I don't think the Nova show has been scheduled quite yet, but I am definitely a huge fan of Richard Rider and Nova's character and how he ties in with the Guardians, who are, of course, another favorite of mine. I think that would be really cool. Show or movie, I think it's going to be a show that they're going to do eventually, but that's definitely one I'm looking forward to in the distant future.
Yeah, totally. And again, give us some solid X-Men movies or shows, and give us a solid Fantastic Four movie, which I know that they have plans to do that. Same director that does the latest Spider-Man franchise is going to be directing that. So, yeah, that's what I got. X-Men and Fantastic Four is what I'm looking forward to the most, probably.
Awesome.
Definitely waiting on Eternals. Hopefully they swing around and bring Adam Warlock into the mix. Then there's Beyonder, and then maybe other Celestials down the road. But yeah, hopefully it does turn out great.
Yeah, I think we're both looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah. At this point, it's like, are they still holding on to Adam Warlock for Guardians 3, which is still a ways away? But yeah, he will definitely be an awesome character to see.
That independent piece, beautiful artistic interpretation of the, what is it, Mount Rushmore? Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, get your lemons and your swabs out and just go to town.
Oh, dude, I mean, hey, I'm surprised people aren't attempting to steal the Declaration of Independence after the Capitol riots and all that, so it's not that hard.
Yeah, I mean, if any movie makes for a good uprising, it's National Treasure. It's Nicolas Cage.
Oh, hey, sorry, Dom and Jake, you guys misspoke. The correct answer is Raising Arizona. Go watch that movie. Seriously, it is so good.
What?
I've not seen it. A Nicolas Cage movie, I'm assuming?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I think you're right. You're right. I believe that was him. I have no idea what it's about, but
me neither.
Freddy's all the way.
The last Fantastic Four movie was, about as entertaining as a brick getting thrown through your window.
Actually, it was less. It was less entertaining than that.
Yeah, no, that was trash. I don't want to talk about that movie ever again. I mean, what's more to say other than complete failure, disappointment? Terrible. New one will not be like that.
Yeah, hopefully not. It was Michael B. Jordan that did Human Torch, right?
Yes, which I do like him, but
yeah,
I mean, I don't blame any of those actors. That wasn't the worst of it. I mean, it goes higher up than them.
It was the look of everything. It was the writing.
It was everything, man. Yeah,
it was everything.
Plot.
I think the total screw up of the X-Men timeline was just crazy.
It did get very sporadic, for sure.
It's fair. It's fair.
They, at a certain point, they're just like, we like the movie. We're sticking with it. yeah, I would like to see more more structure this next time around for sure.
Yeah.
Wow, you
Is
guys
there
are
going to
awesome.
be another Ant-Man coming out? Because those two movies were pretty dope.
Yeah, man, Ant-Man Quantumania, featuring the Fantastic Four and the villain of Kane the Conqueror. So that'll be dope for sure.
Yeah. These guys are on fire with all the messages. Really appreciate it, guys.
For sure.
So, what did you gentlemen think of The Mandalorian? Can you see any future in it? We have to obviously wait around for until next year, I believe. Can't even remember that dude's name, man. That annoys me. Sorry.
No problem. I think you were probably thinking of Boba Fett, right?
Yeah, I wasn't sure where he was going with that, but Mandalorian is scheduled to return in December of this year. And we talked about
I think it got pushed away.
It got pushed
Yeah, I'm
again?
sorry. I believe it got pushed to next year, yeah.
Okay, well, it'll come eventually. We'll get it eventually, so we just need to be patient. But we do talk a lot about that in our podcast, Starfighter podcast. We've done 3 reviews of all of it, basically. And so, yeah, I know for sure in our finale episode, we talk a lot about the future of the show and where it goes from there. So definitely check that out.
Yes, DP7, thank you for that message. Check that out on the Starfighter podcast. Dom and Jake co-host that, and we co-host that. And also, you guys continue to follow us over there. Follow us here on Stereo app. It's been a blast. Yeah, in a minute, Jake, we'll just go into our segment, and then we'll just fire through the rest of the messages.
Let's do it. Yeah, whatever.
Boba Fett. That's right. There we go. See, it finally dawned on me. Boba Fett. Yeah. Are you hanging out for that, or are you going to go, yeah, we'll see where it goes?
No, we talked about that a little bit at the beginning of our show today, and we're both looking forward to Boba Fett. They just, rumor has it this week that, there's speculation that apparently there's only going to be 4 episodes of the Boba Fett series. I believe it was going to be a limited series to begin with, but still looking forward to it. Hopefully they're hour-long episodes. I mean, Boba Fett is a really sick character. Definitely, it'll be interesting to see more from his character and really get more backstory and just story about what happened post Return of the Jedi. So yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward to Mandalorian season 3.
Well, I guess they had to use the IPs, otherwise they were going to lose it, right? So that's probably the only explanation as to why they made the movie. Either way, it sucked badly.
For Fantastic Four. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Okay.
But at least it's out of their hands now, and they can't try to ruin those characters any more than they already have tried.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a bummer. Real quick, it's a bummer because I mean, Fantastic Four were some of Stan Lee's first creations. I mean, the Human Torch, I don't know if you knew this, Jake, but the Human Torch was his first superhero that he created. And I believe that he didn't even want to be on have like a little cameo. He didn't even want to be attached to that last one because he himself was, not a fan.
That's fair.
He was turned off. Yeah. Why don't we get into our last segment, and then we'll go through the questions pretty fast. We thank you a lot, guys.
Let's do it.
Yeah, go for it, Jake. I mean, we're talking about real briefly as we close the show. I believe we're giving some recommendations, just kind of running through a couple of things that we've been enjoying as far as entertainment, like movies, shows, games, stuff like that. But yeah, if you want to start out.
All right, yeah. So for this week, I wanted to recommend Immortals: Phoenix Rising. It is for basically all the current systems. I played on PS5. Really cool game. It has nice RPG open world feel to it. It's definitely Breath of the Wild, Genshin Impact-esque. But tells a really cool story about Greek mythology and the gods and everything like that. So I've always found that pretty interesting. And it actually had like a narration and dialogue throughout that was really hilarious. It was sort of like Prometheus telling Zeus a story about what you're currently doing. So it was definitely an original story, and the gameplay was really fun. And yeah, I really enjoyed playing that game. So definitely check it out.
Awesome. Yeah, I've heard really good things about that. Haven't tried it out myself just yet. As you know, Jake, I have a hard time sometimes getting into RPGs. But yeah, interested in learning more about it, and at the least hearing you talk more about it. And yeah, sounds pretty cool. Did you have anything else?
For sure.
Any more recommendations?
That's what I wanted to recommend for this week. What do you got? What have you been up to?
I think I might only have one thing too. You turned me on to some anime, and I had told you that I wanted to get into, like, I've always liked anime art style, and manga, whatever you want to call it. Always been a fan
manga,
of
but all right.
Manga. Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. Yeah, always been a fan of drawing manga, and that art form. I think it's really awesome, and was looking for like a good show to really get into, and you recommended Erased, which is a 12 episode series on Netflix, and you said me and my wife would probably both enjoy it. And from the very beginning, episode 1, we were hooked. It is incredible. So thanks a lot, Jake, for that recommendation. It was awesome. We both love the story, really captivating. We both really like mystery and thriller, and you definitely get that here. Sometimes I think like when with a show or movie with like narration constantly going, I think that can kind of like push people away or take them out of it. But for me, I thought that was really good. I actually appreciated how they did that in this show. And then it was cool too, because, your main character, he kind of has these powers into like going back into time, like back or past or future. And he's essentially trying to change the outcome of these murders that have happened, and trying to ultimately like save his classmates and save some of his friends and loved ones. And just a incredible story, really good ending too. Like, I just loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah, man, glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites. It just really has everything. It has thrill, it has suspense, it has comedy, it has superpowers, it has deep relationships, and tackles like real world issues and everything like that. Yeah, it's just overall one of my favorites, and it's so easy to get into because it's just one season, 12 episodes for the whole story. And yeah, I feel like it was just amazingly done, and I recommend that to everyone.
Totally. If you like anime, go watch Erased on Netflix. If you don't like anime, or you don't think that you do, go watch Erased on Netflix. I think this is a perfect like series to start with. I really do.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was one of the first few that I ever watched, and I still go back to it and watch it because it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, and then I mean, I don't think I've been up to a whole lot more other than some music. Obviously, independent artists like on Spotify and Apple Music, so you can check out Moon Heist over there. And I'm putting out some new stuff. Going to do a little tribute soon to my older brother. So yeah, go check out my stuff over there on Spotify and Apple Music.
Yeah, man, looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah, thanks. I think it'll be good. We're hoping for the best. And yeah, of course, the other stuff that we have going on is the Starfighter podcast. Having a blast with that. So much to talk about,
man.
I think that's our.
All right, you want
yeah, you want to fire
some of these questions?
Let's do it.
All right, real quick.
Sporadic, convoluted, man. Seriously.
Yes, it's completely true as far as the timelines that we were talking about, all over the place.
Okay, now, this is just my opinion, okay? So I'll put this out there. If you guys disagree, okay, that's fine. That's cool. We can agree to disagree. Now, when Captain America was in Wakanda, okay, and, the Black Panther said, give this man a shield. Am I the only guy who thinks, hang on, this is an advanced civilization, and they gave him such a crappy-ass shield? You look at the shield and go, man, really? What were you on a budget to make that shield or something, or what? That shield was as lame as.
I don't know. I kind of liked it.
It was all right. I mean, I can hear you. It could do a little bit more. I mean, it had the whole vibration powers that Black Panther's suit did. So, I mean, it had a little tech in it. But Captain America, he's not one for fancy equipment, right? He likes the original, just a frisbee. That's what he's looking for. I mean, that was probably even too high tech for him. He's old school, man.
Just something he can throw at a dog, right?
Hey, what are your thoughts on the whole Gina Carano firing from Star Wars?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's a quick subject, right?
My whole thoughts are you get what you put out there, and if you got stupid opinions, keep them to yourself.
Yeah, and even if they're not stupid, if people are finding them offensive, and at the end of the day, you work for a company, you are part of a business, and you want to conduct yourself as a professional, then you need to play by the rules and abide by what management is telling you to do. So that's basically, I think that's it. Just watch how you conduct yourself, because your job can be on the line.
Just kidding on that last one. Sorry if I put you into any awkward territory, but hey, plug for the Starfighter podcast. I predicted that when I was a guest on the Starfighter podcast that she ended up getting canceled.
Oh, look at that. Shout out to himself. Yeah, you can go check out Starfighter podcast. I think Adrian's been on there twice, and I'm sure we'll have him back for more.
Oh yeah, it was twice. Yeah, good episodes, good Star Wars episodes, and we do much more.
Okay, I'm not that big into Star Wars, but I like it. Being a grown adult that owns a Boba Fett figurine from when I was a child, did I just hear there's going to be a Boba Fett movie or show? I'm sorry. As you can hear, my bathtub draining. I'm being bougie. I just got out of the tub.
Dude, what a show, Jake! What a show!
we got some great guests today, but
you're getting live bathtub noises.
I mean, hey, dude, if you like Boba Fett, you have to check out Mandalorian because he's in season 2 a decent amount, and then he's getting his own 4-episode limited series on Disney Plus coming sometime this winter, and so definitely check that out.
Yeah, and if you're a fan of baths, try Bubble Fett. Boom, boom, boom.
What do you think about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? It looks promising from the previews. I hope it's really good. Also, what do you think about? Did they get rid of? Is it Gina Carano from The Mandalorian? Have they fired her, or has she still got a job, or have they, written out the character, or what?
Yeah, they dropped her like a bad habit. Next question.
Yeah, basically.
Well, wasn't the Human Torch originally like an android or an alien or something?
I thought he was always human, but maybe. I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that one.
We will look it up for next time.
Okay, so did you buy the game, or did you rent it, or did you buy it from a friend, or what?
I did buy the game. It actually went on sale for like $25 for the PS5 version. So I was like, shoot, man, this game looks cool. I'm going to go for it. And it's totally worth that. As far as like $60, probably, I mean, maybe. I mean, if you're really into that style, then yeah, I'd go for it. But I mean, it's an Ubisoft game, so they constantly have deals on it. So yeah, just keep your eyes out for a deal and definitely pick it up when it goes on sale.
Yeah, thanks a lot, TP7. You're awesome.
Not to detour from your RPG, but I'm going to show my age real quick. Maybe we're all in that same realm. Fable 1, Fable 2. The greatest RPGs for Xbox. Original Xbox. To be quite honest, I think Fable 3 was for Xbox 360, and that was just rubbish, so let's not even go there.
All right, I do love RPGs, but I've never played those. I actually have never owned any Xbox, and that's probably why. But hey, I love RPGs, and thanks for your recommendation for this week, man. Even if it's an old school game.
Yeah, totally. I think we still definitely like some old school stuff, and I've heard good things about Fable, but never have played it myself.
Dom, if you're looking for a good anime, you need to watch Cowboy Bebop. It's a classic. Also, Trigun is a classic as well. They're short. I think they're like maybe 15, 20 episodes. Must watch. Absolutely. 10 out of 10.
All right. I'll take this one, Dom.
Yeah, please.
Here's my opinions. As for me personally, I'm not a fan of like old movies too much. Like Star Wars obviously is decently old, and I really enjoy those. But some of the older movies just don't hold up in certain ways, and that's just kind of where the times are going. You know, there's not as much comedy or not as much action and stuff like that. That's just my preference. I have seen Cowboy Bebop. It is good for the time. It's like a '90s show. I don't think it holds up to current anime. It's really slow paced if you're into that. And I mean, it's 20-minute episodes, and the episodes are very slow. It does have an amazing score, which is great, and it really set a tone for anime of the future. But it's definitely not one of my top ones for nowadays. I mean, there's constant stream of anime, and I feel like there's so much better ones that are constantly coming out that, yes, if you want to appreciate the art form of anime, it's good to watch those classics because that's really how it came from. But I'm not going to go around recommending Inuyasha and Sailor Moon, even though that's how it started for a lot of American culture to adopt that. It's just some things just don't hold up perfectly. They're good story wise and great for their time, but I feel like there's so much better ones that have come out in the recent days. You already have an unlimited supply basically. I mean, I've watched over 30 anime series this year, and they're almost all better than Cowboy Bebop, in my opinion.
So, Jake, real quick, I know it looks like we're never getting through these messages, but also it's kind of it's kind of nice to know we've got some support out there. Real quick, for someone like me who's like, trying to get into more anime stuff, also a fan of the art style, and also looking to draw more soon. Do you think that I would like, those recommendations like Nick had mentioned? Do you think that they would help me out in some of those ways?
In some ways, I think you'd really appreciate the art form of Cowboy Bebop, and as a music guy, I think you'd really enjoy the music. As far as the whole plot and story, I think you're gonna get bored at times. It's very slow. That's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, it's tough for me when the anime is slow.
Yeah, I'm a Studio Ghibli fan, so been a Studio Ghibli fan for quite a number of years now. So, yeah.
Okay, Studio Ghibli's good. They're definitely very different from a lot of your common anime. And yeah, they definitely put out great movies. I mean, from My Friend Totoro to it's blanking on the top of my head, like Summer Wars and stuff like that. So those are all really good movies, and it's definitely a different style. So I understand why some people are into that, but they all have really cool, kind of deeper messages. So yeah, definitely if you're into anime, check out Studio Ghibli movies because they're pretty much all good.
All right.
What about Doc Stone and My Hero Aka?
Dr. Stone, My Hero Academia, both great. I like Dr. Stone a lot more, just because I mean, it technically is a Shonen Jump, like weekly battle shonen, but it has a lot more to it. It has a lot more mystery and comedy. Whereas My Hero is going to be more like Hunter x Hunter and Full Metal Alchemist and stuff like that, and sort of like a Naruto where it's just a lot of battle. So either one is good. They're just different in that ways. But a huge fan of Dr. Stone. Definitely looking forward to Stone Wars Season 2.
I was watching Parasite on Netflix. That was really good. And High Score Girl was really good too on Netflix as well.
Yeah, dude, I I know all of these. I mean, I've seen so much anime this past year. Parasite's great if you're into like a little bit of a horror. It's pretty cool. Definitely a different kind of show. And High Score Girl, yeah, the first few episodes are a little slow, but then it gets really funny. And for someone like me and Dom who is into video games and specifically fighting games, that's definitely a cool one to check out if you're into that.
I'm going to ask you maybe later, Jake, for some of these recommendations, ones that you think I should check out.
For sure.
Do you think Disney have ruined Star Wars? I mean, I think they have. You know, when George Lucas had it, man, it was just a classic. Once it went over to Disney's hands, it turned into like cringy, man. Seriously.
They've poked the bear a few times.
Yeah, and I don't think it's completely Disney's fault for some of the sequels ones. Of course, it's produced by Disney, but then they have put out amazing stuff. Like it was owned by them when they put out the final season of Clone Wars and Mandalorian and stuff like that. So I think it's just kind of like a give and take. You can't say Disney for all of it. I mean, it's like saying Marvel for all of it. Even though almost all of Marvel's good, there's going to be some better and some worse depending on directors, actors, story, all of that. So I don't think they've ruined it. I think they are also learning from their mistakes for some of their movies, and so far the most recent ones have all been excellent. So we've seen an upward trend and hoping that will continue.
Yeah, real quick, this is coming from someone who appreciates some stuff from the sequels. I like them to an extent. You know, Disney steered the ship in a totally different direction, and honestly, probably in a dangerous course, right? Well, Mandalorian, if you just watch Mandalorian, they do a hard steer right back into the right direction, get us right back on course. And a big reason why is because they're not trying to mimic Star Wars. They're trying to use inspiration for what Star Wars was inspired by. You know, the ideas behind it from these Westerns and samurai movies. We're now back on the right course, and that's clear from The Mandalorian and from Clone Wars. So, yeah, I don't think that they've ruined it. They definitely have gone in a different direction at times that has hurt them at times, but overall, I think we're in a good place. I think we're getting back on track. Would you agree, Jake?
Yeah, I'll second that.
All right.
Hey guys, just wanted to say, great show. I'm about to go hop in the tub right now. That's not a joke. I literally just love that guy who said he just got out of the tub. Bro, I'm getting in. It's going to be a good bath right now.
All right. Get that bubble fed.
Hey, shout out to baths. I did have a nice bath earlier. I was at work shoveling snow, and it's so nice to come home, take a nice bath, actually put on some anime. It was nice. It was chill. It's awesome.
Yeah. Get those suds on.
Yeah, see, you were balking there like $60, maybe not, but $25, yeah, but $60, hell no.
Yeah, that's fair. I just feel like I'm also super cheap as a person, and so I mean you'll find it on sale. Get it when it's on sale because it's like people who buy TVs not on Black Friday. Are you that desperate? Just wait till Black Friday. It'll be such a better deal. And you know what I'm saying, Dom?
Yeah, totally. Totally. We do got to fire through these, so you guys don't need to send in anymore. We appreciate it, but we're gonna fire through the rest of them real fast, and we gotta get to dinner.
Man, Sudoku 2, Vandal Hearts 2 for the original PlayStation. Classic RPG.
I have not played any of those, but appreciate the recommendations. I played a lot of the Final Fantasy ones, so I'm sure they hold up in a little ways. There's just, man, there's so many good ones out there, and RPGs always, like, take a lot of your time out, and so it's hard to get through them all, but thanks for recommendations.
Yes. Nick is right. Cowboy Bebop is good. I'm just hanging to see if they're going to put another season or what are they doing with the damn thing.
All right.
It aired.
Cowboy Bebop, the ending was like, come on, man, really? Do something more with this ending. Don't just leave it hanging like that.
Sorry, Jake.
Cowboy Bebop aired close to 30 years ago, so I don't know about another season. I guess we'll see. There is a Netflix live adaptation that I am definitely looking forward to. So,
Man, the 80s Astro Boy started it off for me for anime, so yeah.
Yeah, man, you gotta respect the classics. Again, sometimes they just don't hold up perfectly compared to everything, but no, there's always good things to find. I mean, it's just where all the current anime got its inspiration from, so it's pretty cool.
All right, 3 more. We can do this. Just 3 more, guys.
Let's do it.
We appreciate it.
Oh, man, Hunter x Hunter went on forever, dude. Seriously.
Yeah, man, it definitely did, and I mean, it's still going. No joke, my wife finished that in like 2 weeks. I don't know how she did it because, man, there's hundreds of episodes. She loves anime. I mean, so do I too. But decent show.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, look. Hey, the end of Mandalorian was fantastic, but we all know why, okay? Because, they paid homage to Luke, and Luke rocked up and pretty much stole the show and saved the show, man. Seriously. You couldn't ask for a better ending than that.
You're right. You can't ask for a better ending than that. But the show would have been amazing even without him, honestly.
I agree.
Luke took it to a higher level for sure. Not doubting that at all. But The Mandalorian, even season 1 is really good too. So, it's great.
For sure.
Quick RPG recommendation. Not sure if you guys have heard of a little indie called Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Oh my god. Yes.
Yeah.
Have you, Dom?
May have. Yeah.
Okay. I think I know some people who have played it. But yeah, thanks for your recommendation. Unfortunately, we didn't get any freaking news for the second one on that direct, but I guess we'll just keep on waiting. What else can we do, right?
Yeah. Well, hey, man, I know you got to eat. I got to eat. Make some dinner for the wife. It's been a fun show. Thank you, everybody who tuned in today. Please follow us here on Stereo. Follow me, Dom Moonheist. Follow Jake, JR5253. Follow us here on Stereo. And again, don't forget, we host the Starfighter podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever podcast can be heard. We are there, and we break down Star Wars. We're breaking down WandaVision right now. Just so many things. If you're even a little bit nerdy like us, we've got something on there for you. And we do shows just about every single week. Yeah, every week. So check us out on there. We appreciate everybody. It's been a fun time. Jake, it's been great.
Yeah, man. Great show. Great participation from everybody. Thanks everybody for listening. Like Dom said, let's start our podcast. Subscribe to us here also so you know when our next show's coming up. You can ask more questions and join us again.
All right. We will catch you later. We'll see you, Jake.
All right. See ya.
Bye, guys.